This is Antarctica, a place that has been out of reach for humans for centuries and remains a huge mystery. Whether it's the blood falls, mysterious animals, underground lakes, or cities buried under ice, there are so many myths and mysteries about Antarctica that still haven't been unraveled. It's the only continent in the world where no one lives because temperatures can drop to -90 degrees Celsius, and on top of that, ice storms can hit at speeds of 300 kilometers per hour. That's Antarctica for you. Antarctica is the driest continent in the world, so dry that it's sometimes called a desert because it only gets about 51 millimeters of rain a year. Despite this, for the past 100 years or so, many countries have been trying to stake a claim on Antarctica. Take a look at this map. France claims this area, Norway claims that part, and Australia claims everything on the right side. Similarly, Britain, Chile, Argentina, and New Zealand also claim some sections of Antarctica, but in the end, what's the deal with this ice layer? What's really down there that the world's superpowers want to control it? Today, we're diving into some of Antarctica's mysteries and figuring out who actually discovered Antarctica. We'll also check out what secrets are hidden beneath this ice that the superpowers know about, which is why they want to take control of Antarctica. Who discovered Antarctica? Well, it depends on who you ask. The Brits claim they discovered it. The Russians claim they were the first to set foot here, but the mention of Antarctica goes way back to ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, who said the Earth is round and that the North and South poles are mirror images of each other. In 2021, the Royal Society of New Zealand published a study suggesting that the Maori people living on Polynesian islands near Australia might have been the first humans to reach Antarctica in the 7th century. As their old stories talk about a snowy continent, on the southern side, in recorded history, British officer James Cook was the first European to cross the Antarctic Circle and get close to Antarctica. However, he turned his ship back when he was still about 130 kilometers away because he couldn't see Antarctica, but he did spot some icebergs floating in the water. The sea was so rough that continuing forward was really dangerous, which is why Cook said reaching this southern continent was so perilous that it was unlikely anyone would ever make it here. After Captain Cook, many others. People had tried to discover Antarctica, but they weren't successful. Then, in the 19th century, competition started among countries for economic dominance. The world was heading towards a new world order, with resources and new trade routes being discovered. Industries were emerging, and every country wanted to become a superpower in the coming century, which is why exploration was booming. In this context, in 1819, the Russian Empire tasked explorer Fabian von Bellinghausen with sailing around the world to discover new countries and continents. Fabian debunked Captain Cook's predictions and got really close to Antarctica while navigating the Southern Ocean. Even though he never set foot on the continent, he's considered the first person in modern history to have seen Antarctica. Then, between 1900 and 1920, a bunch of explorers headed to Antarctica. British explorer Robert Falcon Scott landed there with his team in 1911 and trekked about 400 miles in, but they had to turn back due to bad weather and starvation. Unfortunately, the return journey turned out to be really brutal for Scott and his crew. His team got stuck in the harsh cold and a snowstorm, and they all died. After World War I, many countries sent their teams here trying to claim the continent. In 1939, on Hitler's orders, the German Air Force dropped Nazi flags here to make it look like the area was under Nazi Germany's control. After World War II, a lot of countries set up research stations here, and that's when mysterious discoveries about Antarctica started happening. The first and biggest mysterious discovery. A long time ago, Antarctica wasn't covered in ice, but actually had dense forests, according to scientists from Imperial College London. They found fossilized wood that shows about 90 million years ago, Antarctica was a warm continent with thick forests. They also discovered fossils of insects typically found only in warm areas. Another big and mysterious finding about Antarctica is that beneath the 3 kilometers of ice, there are 400 lakes with their own ecosystems, a home to unique marine animals that you won't find anywhere else in the world. There are these huge spiders and see-through jellyfish, and underneath the ice, there's a whole different world. Similarly, in Antarctica, there's something else that has puzzled explorers for years: the blood falls in McMurdo Valley. These waterfalls look like blood is flowing out of the ice. However, scientists recently discovered that the red color of the waterfall is because it gets its water from a very salty lake that's now covered by hundreds of feet of ice, and that lake is completely cut off from the atmosphere. This water is salty. Iron is present, and that's why, when it comes in contact with water in the ice, it oxidizes due to the oxygen and sunlight, turning the water a rusty color. The third biggest mystery and conspiracy about Antarctica is that there's an ancient civilization hidden beneath the ice. Many people have claimed to see alien spaceships here. In 2016, a ton of unusual activities were recorded in Antarctica, leading to conspiracy theories where they referred to them as alien UFOs. Meanwhile, a lot of political experts are convinced this involves the US and other countries. There are secret air operations going on in Antarctica by various countries, and this ties into a hidden political front in Antarctica that not many people know about. While the rest of the world is caught up in other geopolitical issues, the US, China, and the Soviet Union are aggressively sending expeditions to Antarctica. In fact, China has set up multiple research stations there. According to the Antarctic Treaty from 1969, any country can conduct scientific investigations in Antarctica as long as they share the results of their studies with all the other countries. In 1992, a survey conducted by the U.S. Geological Department revealed the discovery of 500 billion barrels of natural gas and oil reserves in Antarctica. However, China and other countries aren't really interested in the oil and gas there. Instead, recently, large quantities of rare earth minerals like osmium, praseodymium, and dysprosium have been found in Antarctica. These minerals are essential for all electronic devices, and since the world's focus is shifting away from oil and gas towards electronics, the demand for the energy resources powering devices is now higher than that for oil and gas. Electric cars and lithium-ion batteries are the future, and the race to control this future has brought these superpowers to the icy and stormy conditions of Antarctica. The last mysterious discovery in Antarctica is the Southern Ocean, which is known as one of the most dangerous seas in the world. The Southern Ocean plays a crucial role in controlling our planet's climate and water supply, as it connects with both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, according to scientists. Carbon emissions are being absorbed by the Southern Ocean, and as global warming progresses, the significance of this ocean is rising since the ice here is melting. This melting ice is uncovering a lot of treasures in seas where humans never even thought about going. Soon, these areas are going to become important trade routes. There are still many studies going on in Antarctica, and who knows what other mysterious things will be discovered about it in the future. All the sources we used for this video. I've consulted on this, so if you like these kinds of topics, definitely let me know in the comments below. Catch you in the next video with another interesting topic.